Hey guys, Casey with Spooky Sharp Edges. I know I've been saying for a while I'm going to do a shave video, and I did the budget shave gear a little while ago, but I finally got everything together and I just finished up this razor here made with recycled motherboard out of a computer, so I figured I would give it a try. I just got done putting an edge on it today. Pretty proud of them, came out pretty nice, feels good. So to start this off is what I did is I went and took a shower. That helps soften up your whiskers, lets the blade cut a little bit more comfortably. So the next thing I'll do, before I started showering, I filled up a little cup full of hot water and soaked my brush in it. Lets all the hairs on there warm up. And that's what I'll do is I'll get a little bit of water here, wet my beard. When I was in the shower, I washed my face, so my face lost all of its oils, and that can make the blade stick a little bit. So I like to use a little bit of Shave Secret, about 3 drops. And even if you wash your face in the shower, that'll put a little bit more oil back on it. And since I did just hone this blade, it's been stropped, but generally is what I would do is I would strop it after I get out of the shower. So the next thing I'll do here is I'll build up a lather. And I've got my soap here, just melted it into a cup. It's just regular old glycerin soap. I'll just add a little bit of water to the top of it, get my brush wet. And you can actually soak this mug or whatever you're using in hot water to help build warm lather. If that's what you want, it doesn't really bother me if it's a cold mug. Plus the plug in the sink doesn't work, so not much I can do with that. So you want to brush this in here, just like I'm doing here. Not get too much force on it because you don't want to, destroy your brush. But that looks pretty good, nice and meringue, nice and thick. You don't want anything too watery, and it'll be something you get used to. And then you just brush this on, think painting a house, painting your face with a lather. I go back and forth about 10 or 15 times or so. Make sure all the hairs, all the whiskers get propped up. A lot of guys will do this and then let it set. I only do about half, and it's probably just my soap because it's cheap, but if I let it sit for too long, it dries out. Turn off the sink so you don't have to listen to it. Generally is what I'll do is I'll let the sink run and wash the blade off, but I'm just going to lay a towel over the edge of the sink and just wipe off after each pass so you don't have to listen to the sound of the sink running. This is how a razor is properly held. Just short little strokes. You don't want to jab at it, and you want to get your angle, not 45-degree angle. You probably wouldn't be going in at it at 10 or 15 or so. And it's something that you'll get accustomed to as you shave. Now whenever I get to my cheeks here, I don't really do downstroke so much. I'll just come across because I wear a goatee. So the straight razor is actually really nice for cutting that straight line down my goatee. And it doesn't bother me to cut across grain a little bit. I won't shave against grain, but across grain does really well with my face. So Alright, now, technically whenever you shave the left side of your face, you're supposed to use your left hand. I've tried to learn how to do that, but honestly, I can't even pick my nose with my left hand, so I do a little bit here and there with my left hand, but generally I just use, I'm gonna build a little bit more lather here. You got a little stiff in the mug. Generally I'll just use my right hand. And everywhere, everybody I ever watched all the videos on YouTube and everything was, oh, don't shave with your right hand for your left side of your face. But you know what? Everybody 100 years ago started shaving with a straight razor when they were 15. I didn't start till I was about 25, 26 years old, so I didn't have the 10-year learning curve, and I just don't have the muscle memory to do it, and I've cut myself several times, and it's just not worth it. So left side of the face, same thing, except for coming this way, I'll just flip the razor. Same little strokes. You don't need to get happy with it. I mean, it's not something that you want to do if you're in a hurry. I mean, if you're in a hurry, get your Bic out, get your cartridge out. If you got the time and it's kind of a meditation thing, sure, get your straight razor out and enjoy the shave. I always have a problem here with the hollow on the inside of my neck and right here where my jaw muscle is, where I guess the density of my flesh changes from the cheek, which is kind of soft, to the muscle underneath my jaw. I've got several cuts there in the past. You also make a lot of faces while you're doing this. It helps also if, I don't know if you notice, if I'm kind of stretching the skin. Alright, just got little touch-ups around the sideburns. Alright, now when you're done, you want to make sure to wipe the blade off, get all the water off. I left, well, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in here. On this razor I left some pitting. Some pitting in the blade just because I thought it would look cool with, you know, the new tech printed circuit board look, and a little bit of rust pitting on it just to tell you exactly how old the blade is. It's probably 150 years old. But you want to make sure to get all the water off of it. Check in between these scales. I just take like the corner of this rag and kind of wipe in between those scales. If your rag's too thick, you can use a folded up piece of toilet paper or something. Just get all the water off, because it is a carbon steel blade and it will rust very quickly. I'll take a little drop. Just one drop of the Shave Secret, put it on the blade. Be careful not to slice your finger open here because it is a razor blade. Just kind of wipe it down, especially since I'm about to ship this one out here in a day or two, and make sure I got a nice little layer of oil all over it. I don't want it to rust in shipment. It's pretty good. Do a little rinse of some water. Wipe it off. And I've got just some Dove aftershave. You don't want to use anything with alcohol in it because it will burn so bad. It's not even a joke. So I just want to show y'all, after you get done shaving, I just leave the soap in my mug. I don't bother rinsing it out because I don't want to waste the water or anything. But I take the brush, take it over here, hot water, rinse it out real good. Give it a little shake. And I just hang it upside down here. That way the water doesn't get stuck up inside the handle or anything like that. Nothing ends up smelling. And that's the shave I got off of it. Just about as smooth as my forehead. It's about as good as you can get. Spooky sharp edges, man.